Welcome to my big, fat diet show. I've given myself just 2 weeks to drop a dress size by sticking to a 1,200 calorie a day limit. But I'm not doing it alone. Oh no! I've got my 6 dieting divas to do it with me. And they are Josie, Gail, Debbie, Bev, Pam and Lizzie, who are self-confessed dieting disasters. They get together at Josie's Buckinghamshire salon, and when the dieting divas come in, the cakes come out.
I could quite easily live off a cup of tea and a bar of chocolate and a slice of cake.
Is that your comfort?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Shall I go and get the knife and then I can cut them all up and then we can all have some? Look at that one. Oh, delicious.
It'll be good for you.
Why is it all the things that are so naughty and nice are bad for us? Why?
Now it's day 8 of the diet. To help wean us off the sugary treats, the whole sweet section of the 100 Club supermarket has been banned. No longer on offer in R1, 2 1/4 Jaffa cakes for 100 calories. Also off limits, just under 1 caramel wafer. 2 1/3 pieces of milk chocolate, 1/4 of a cupcake, or 1 French fancy, gone at 100 calories. OK, I've got a horrible feeling something's going to be missing. Oh,
What's gone?
all the chocolate and the sweet treats have been banned.
I'm really devastated. I thought the milk chocolate, biscuits, yeah, but not the dark chocolate. What am I going to do at 3 o'clock every day?
So you've been surviving on
Yeah.
this as your treat?
Yeah, and also I felt I've needed it. What am I going to replace that with now? I could cry.
Really?
I could really stand here and cry. I just think... Oh, lovely.
I suspect that actually what it's about is really it's driving us to be even more healthy and to try and get rid of the things that we are using as treats and try and substitute them for something better. Which is why I suspect we've got our sweet treats 50 calories each carousel over here. To prove this isn't a diet of deprivation, for the final week of the diet, there are 2 for 1 offers on alternative sweet treats. For 50 calories, you could have 1 small stick of soft licorice, 47 grams of mango sorbet, or 62 grams of jelly with grapes and berries. Also available for 50 calories, a fresh pear juice and blueberry iced lolly, or a fresh fruit kebab with dried coconut and honey. Come on. Licorice. Licorice.
Yeah. I'll get used to that licorice. I've got used to the dark chocolate.
Look at that. Ice lollies made out of fruit juice.
That is gorgeous.
That's not pineapple. That's just what it looks.
It looks like that.
Actually,
Yeah. What is it? Not as pear.
Is it pear? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh,
Fruit kebab.
That's lovely.
So what's that with the black things in it then?
Kiwi.
I think I'll probably alternate between the licorice and this.
Oh. So we need to listen to our Bev because she is the most successful slimmer here so far. So it's not so bad, is it, at the end of the day?
Even though I like dark chocolate, I can give or take. This would be my sort of thing, right? So I'm ecstatic.
So Pam's OK. We are being shown the way to be more healthy and to give up the sweeter things that are not necessarily good for you, for things that are a little bit better and to help us lose the weight. Natural sugars in small portions help satisfy sweet cravings but keep the calorie count down. To find more tips and for the full 14-day diet plan, head to our website channel4.com/food. For most of us, food is not just fuel. We have emotional links to different foods. We eat them to change our mood, to reward, to comfort. But for some people, one food can take over their life.
I like everything about cheese. Its flavour, its smell, its texture.
38-year-old Alpa Joshi is a self-confessed cheeseaholic. And tonight she's hosting her unique brand of dinner party for friends.
A very nice spinach and cheese dip. If there's a mountain in front of me, grated on a plate, We're waiting for things to get done. I probably will have finished the mountain before the food's ready.
Yummy.
Our main course, parathas, stuffed with potato and cheese.
You can smell it as it's melting away. It's so smooth and cool, slippery and slimy, but it's delicious.
And you've guessed it, cheese for dessert.
My friends think I eat probably too much and that I'll probably be really beautiful and thin if I didn't eat it.
I think if there was a shampoo or a cream with cheese in it, she'd probably buy it and bathe in it.
Yeah, but don't you ever get, like, cheesed out?
But tonight, Alba's got a surprise announcement for her cheesed-off chums.
I'm actually going to try and give up cheese.
No.
Really? Yes. With the help of
Cheesy patches.
Thank you, everyone.
Alba has had a lifelong affair with cheese and eats a staggering 2 kilos a week. But there's one in particular that she would happily eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
I'm in heaven. Oh, it's like floating on a cloud.
I've been having dairy since I was 7. My mother gave it to us on some crusty bread.
I could just keep piling it up. We'd swim in it.
In fact, Alba can spend up to £40 a week on cheese. But enough is enough.
When you have a love for something, it's very difficult to worry about the negative side of it. You only see the positive side of it. I really want to give it up because I want to maintain a really good figure. I want to give it up for reasons that I don't put myself at risk of having a heart attack. I think it's going to be hard.
But Alba is being given a helping hand. Over the next 6 weeks, she will undergo treatment to help her break free of her addictive behaviour under the guidance of clinical psychologist Henk van Bilsen and dietitian Ursula Philpott. Henk wants to see just how strong Alba's desire for cheese really is.
Well, I'll definitely eat that now, if you let me. Am I allowed to have some of that?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Not quite yet.
Without knowing it, our patterns for eating are set early in life.
When I first came to this country, I was 7, and my grandmother was left behind. I kept screaming and crying and saying, "Why are we leaving her behind? Go and get Grandma." I was really upset. I was really annoyed, and then my mum went out and didn't know how to make us calm or how to, you know, pacify us and say, you know, she will come one day or you will see her again. So she went out and got this product called Dairy with some crusty bread and gave it to us, and I sort of took a liking for it, and after that I'd always eat that every single day.
So since then you're hooked on Dairy cheese.
Yeah.
It's a very good old friend.
Yes.
The kinds of food we overindulge in can be intrinsically linked with childhood memories we have of eating those foods ourselves or seeing other people eating those foods.
So Henk wants to shock Alba into realising just how out of control her emotional eating has become. And he's got just the thing.
Your cheese intake for a year.
Oh my goodness me, do I eat that much?
Yes, this is about 20 kilos, one of these big ones.
Oh wow.
So you eat 4 of those 20 kilo blocks, plus the other bits and pieces. In total, it's about 105 kilograms of cheese for a year.
I need to do something about this.
Henk will be using cognitive behavioural therapy to treat Alba's addictive behaviour. And she's sent home with a plan. First, she must reduce her daily consumption of 400 grams.
I have set my goal for 200 maximum grams per day. That's 100 grams.
Then eat something healthy before she reaches for the cheese. But without cheese as her emotional comfort blanket, 2 weeks in and Alba's finding it really tough.
I can't even describe it to you. I mean, look, I'm fasting today. I'm not having any cheese.
But more help is on the way for Alba, as she's about to discover some new foods.
I thought it was meat.
Welcome back to my big, fat diet show. Like all of us, the ladies love a carb or two, and none more so than Lizzie.
Nothing better than a big mound of potato with loads of gravy. This is just my favourite.
And our Gail likes a carb attack too.
Oh, hot butter crumpets. You can't beat them on a winter's day. I love grazing, and that's the problem, so... Excuse me.
But since stepping into the 100-calorie club, we've all had to accept just how calorific our favourite foods really are. Up the carb aisle, here's what 100 calories bags you. 1 1/4 crumpets, half a bagel, or a 37-gram piece of baguette. It just goes to show you don't get much for your 100 calories. Many dieters run scared of carbs, but any balanced diet needs them.
Carbs are really essential because they are the primary source of energy, but there's obviously a massive difference between the calories per portion depending on what it is you pick.
Will our ladies know what's what when it comes to carb calories? We've lined up rice and pasta, potatoes from roasted to new, couscous and something a little unusual.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I've not got a clue.
From the most carb-laden to the least, here's your countdown. At the top of the pile are crinkle-cut chips at 522 calories a portion, but half that are roast potatoes at 268.
That's not bad. That's quite a big portion.
I am surprised by that because I would have thought there'd be more.
Happy days.
Happy days.
In the 200 to 250 cal range, we have egg noodles at 244, tagliatelle 231 calories a portion, and couscous at 213.
I'm surprised at I thought the couscous would be lower.
I'm quite surprised by that.
Next up is white rice at a surprisingly low 181 calories a portion. And the humble new spud at just 135.
Oh, that's interesting to know.
But the wild card of the bunch is Japanese yam noodles at a ridiculously low 11 calories a portion. Yes, 11!
Now, I've never heard of these before, but you can get them in Japanese shops, you can get them on the internet. 11 calories per portion.
Probably be nice in a soup.
Exactly.
I wonder what they taste like, though.
Do you want to try one?
No.
No surprise to any of us, chips top the table at 522 calories a portion. But here on my Big Fat Diet Show, we don't give you problems, we give you solutions. And to give us the skinny girl's twist on a classic British dish is our lean, mean, low-calorie cooking machine, England rugby legend and healthy food fanatic Matt Dawson.
So, you know, we've been doing really, really, really well with our weight loss.
Exceptional. They're like a band, aren't they?
They are.
Should be Thin Lizzy.
So, what have you got for us today?
Fish and chips.
Brilliant.
A normal portion of fish and chips is about 800 calories.
Ooh.
I reckon I can do it for about 400.
No. What, a decent fish and chips?
You have no confidence in me whatsoever.
And is it going to taste almost as good?
What's my policy, Anna?
Never, never, never give up on the taste.
Exactly right. It's still going to be crisp, it's going to be fresh, it's going to melt in the mouth. You've got the tartar sauce, you've got the parsley, you've got the lemon. There's lots of flavours just to really tantalise those taste buds.
Brilliant.
Right, girls, first things first. Let's get these chips on the go. Now, I'm making them quite chunky. You like chunky chips?
Yeah.
Now, that's a good thing, because the chunkier you make the chips, the less fat get onto the surface area of the chip, therefore lower calories. And, of course, we're not deep fat frying them.
Compared to French fries, chunky chips save you around 100 calories a portion.
Right, I've got some boiling water. I'm just going to throw these in, literally, for 2 or 3 minutes. Parboil them. Right, going to drain them away. And then here's a little tip for you. Get a freezer bag. 2 teaspoons of groundnut oil in the bag. Put the chips in the bag. And then you can just use your fingers to coat every single chip with a bit of oil. You're so good with your hands there. You just keep doing it. Caress it. Feel it. Feel it.
How long?
Coat it.
I won't even go into what this feels like. To be honest.
The trick to keeping the calories down with any carbs, like potatoes, is to reduce the amount of fat you add to them.
OK, let's get these onto our tray. We're going to season with some rock salt, black pepper, and then just pick off some thyme and just sprinkle it all over these oiled chips. OK, we're going to bang these in an oven.
Oven baking a portion of chips Dawson style saves around 80 calories compared to deep frying them.
You all like tartar sauce?
Yes.
Yeah? OK, first things first, let's get these gherkins chopped up. I've got some capers, which I'll chop up.
I don't like gherkins.
Really?
Do you?
Oh, you're
what
gonna
about
like...
caper?
No.
I thought you said you liked tartar sauce.
I do.
What did they say tartar sauce? A normal portion of tartar sauce would be about 90 calories, but I'll do one for about 35 calories.
No!
So more than half that. We're not using mayonnaise, we're going to use Greek yoghurt, but by the time I've put all those ingredients through, giving it a little bit of seasoning, it will be worth the difference in calories, I promise you. Let's get that shoved in straight in. Let's not hang around. OK, let's have some lemon juice. Not too bad, just a little one. Yeah? And do you know what? That's pretty much it. OK, onto the fish.
Matt's using chip shop favourite haddock, which has 20% less calories than cod.
Into the flour. So we've got 1 egg. From the eggs into the breadcrumbs, which is really where you're saving the calories, isn't it?
So breadcrumbs, not batter?
Correct, because if you put batter in deep fry, then the oil's just going to... I mean, it's going to be like a sponge, that thing. Yeah. It's going to all go in, and then it's just calorie mania.
Yeah.
Girls, I've got this pan on a medium-high heat because I want it happening pretty quickly. I need this fish being cooked pretty quickly so it stays nice and succulent in the middle as well.
Yeah. Matt's pan-frying the fish in breadcrumbs using groundnut oil, and saving more than 250 calories against the regular battered chip shop haddock.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, look, I can feel myself dribbling.
Skinny girls fish and chips.
Isn't it? Lovely.
Have you tried your brand new tartar sauce, Debbie, with gherkins and everything?
Yeah. Do you like it?
That is nice.
The chips are really nice. They're yummy. Yeah, exactly.
I queued up longer to get fish and chips than it has to take to cook that. That was just lovely.
So nice.
It's another triumph for Matt. Catch of the day, family favourite fish and chips for just 400 calories. Friday's just got a whole lot healthier. If you want to tackle Matt's recipe, head to channel4.com/food. Having seen they can get their carb fix for a lot less calories, the divas set about shopping. With sugary sweet treats banned, we need to work out what will tickle our taste buds between meals. And Josie has the answer.
I'm going to have some licorice and some apple rings.
I'm going to have these because I was going to have a chocolate mousse and caramel wafer, so that's 200 calories, so I can have 4 of these.
No, can you have 4 of these?
Yeah, and I'm going to have 4 as well.
With the scales looming in a few days, let's hope the girls have been smart shoppers and stick to their 1,200 calorie day limit. We'll catch up with them later on. There are all kinds of factors that influence what we eat. I've been investigating the food industry and the techniques they use to encourage us to supersize our shopping.
Millions and millions of pounds go into the single aim of selling you something you think you ought not to eat, but you probably will anyhow.
And the health haze on food packaging that distracts us from reading the small print.
If we're persuaded that they have all these extra benefits, perhaps we can eat more of them, perhaps we can eat them more frequently. Fundamentally, these are high-fat, high-sugar, junk food products that we should be eating very little of.
Tonight, I'm investigating diet foods. If, like me, you're always looking for ways to lose weight, then you'll be no stranger to the huge range of light or diet options on offer in the supermarket. The food industry has devised a wide selection of apparently diet-friendly options so that we can all have our cake and eat it. But are they really a dieter's friend? I'm off to Oakland's primary school in London to meet some tea break snacking teachers. I've bought a selection of popular biscuits and snack bars to see which ones they go for.
When you look at these 2 packets, you've got your ordinary digestives and your digestive lights. What would you naturally assume?
You can have 4 of those and 1 of those.
Like many of us, these teachers presume 30% less fat means they can eat more, right? Wrong.
There's only an 8-calorie difference between these biscuits and these biscuits. The light biscuits are 76 calories, the regular are 84.
To be honest, that's really disgusting, because on the side it says 30% or something, so you think, oh, well, it'd be a 30% difference.
That's what they're telling you one thing on the packet, but
actually.
Misleading
It is
advertising.
misleading, isn't it?
Do you feel misled?
Yeah.
I think that is, definitely.
What about these snack bars? You've got the chocolatey Cocoa Pops ones or the alternative Special K option. Which one will these ladies go for?
What did you pick? You picked Special K.
I'm going for the lighter option because I do try to eat healthily. It's only got 90 calories.
This has got more calories in it than this.
Are you sure? It says 90 on this.
How many has the Cocoa Pops got? 84.
Oh, wow. I'm really shocked, actually.
I never would have thought that. Never would have thought that at all. We're being conned.
One thing that's clear is that low fat doesn't necessarily mean low calorie. Harley Street dietitian Nigel Denby reveals why these low-fat foods are still so calorific.
Fat is always seen as the dieter's enemy because fat gives us more calories than anything else that we eat. But you can't make a cake out of nothing, so if you've taken all the fat out, you've got to leave something there that's going to make it taste good. And very often with these types of treats, that tends to be sugar. So here we've got something 71 calories, very little fat, but 2.5 teaspoons of sugar per cake bar.
OK, so is that a sort of general rule with diet snack foods, that if you take the fat out, it tends to get replaced by sugar in order to make it tasty?
Very often, yeah.
High sugar not only pushes up the calorie content, but it could also contribute to weight gain in other ways.
If you eat something sugary, you get a rise in blood sugars quite quickly, a bit like a roller coaster. They then drop again quite quickly, and you want that high again. So yes, you do tend to go one after another, and sometimes until the packet's finished.
So diet-friendly snacks laden with sugar set up a chain reaction that leaves us chasing the next sugar rush.
If you are going to consume foods that contain lots of added sugar, you're setting yourself up for that roller coaster of highs and lows, and it's going to make over-consuming very difficult to avoid.
If low-fat, high-sugar snacks aren't the answer, surely I'm safe with the dieter's other best friend, the sugar-free diet drink. We calorie-conscious Britons are guzzling an incredible £7.9 billion worth of diet drinks a year. 21% more than is spent on the real thing. On a diet, you might think sugar-free is the way forward, but drinks that have replaced sugar with artificial sweeteners can also leave us wanting more. Dr. Catherine Appleton is a lecturer at Queen's University Belfast and has published research on how diet drinks can actually make us eat more.
Taste kind of primes the body for the incoming energy. In a diet drink, though, you have taste, but you have no subsequent energy. Consequently, you then experience a need for energy, of course demonstrated as an increase in hunger or an increase in food intake.
This is extraordinary. I absolutely never knew this. So the taste of sweet in our mouths prepares our body to expect calories and energy. And if you don't get it, then we basically go out hunting for it.
Yes, it's not the artificial sweeteners themselves, it's just the sweetness without any energy.
So, if low-fat treats are high in sugar and diet drinks cause food cravings, it seems that diet products are not the easy answer we might assume. Tam Fry of the National Obesity Forum thinks we need to wise up.
What you really have to do is have a look very carefully at all the symbols and logos on the packet, and then you make the decision. The responsibility is always you to decide what it is you eat.
If we pick up products that say low-fat or diet, it almost gives us permission, in a sense, to kind of eat more and just, you know, to hell with it.
And that is the art of the psychologists. They want you to do precisely what is written on the tin, feel comfortable with yourself, and then go and buy another packet. And that, of course, it ultimately will probably make you fatter than you should be, and perhaps even obese.
When it comes to losing weight, we all wish there was a quick fix. Come on, who doesn't want to have the cake and eat it? But be careful of those diet foods. They're not going to do the hard work for you. At the end of the day, we've got to take responsibility and learn to eat well.
Me and my dieting divas have been working hard to drop that dress size in just 2 weeks. Not only are we sticking to just 1,200 calories a day, but we're also learning to live without our naughty treats.
I've got licorice. So similar to those cakes, don't you think? Not.
Today, I will not be cheating because today I feel fine and I
don't feel I need that chocolate. Tomorrow, however, is a different day.
Whilst Josie struggles, for some of us, the change in what we're eating is having as big an effect as how much we're eating.
It's about learning about the fact that when you're on a diet, you don't really have to compromise that much. You can still eat fish and chips, you can still eat noodles, just, you know, low fat, high flavour.
I've noticed my complexion's a lot brighter, my eyes are a lot brighter, and skin in general, really, is a lot better. Probably it's because I'm not eating all the convenience foods and the curries and everything like that, because I was absolutely amazed how many calories are in one of my curries, which is totally now. My Indian restaurant won't be pleased, mind you.
You know, it's amazing, isn't it? Because people buy oven chips. Actually, all you need to do, chop up a potato, put it in the oven. Much nicer.
For Gail, though, the last few days have been a mission to undo the calorific damage of last week's party. But not all her exercise is paying off.
We had a book that said love making burned 267 calories. I can stand here now and tell you that they are wrong. 61. The book lies. My poor husband is exhausted.
Alpa Joshi has had an insatiable desire for cheese since she was 7 years old. And she's undergoing treatment to help her break free of her addiction.
Oh my goodness me, do I eat that much?
But she's finding it hard.
I've only put a quarter of a tub of dairy in that jacket potato. There's not enough cheese on this. Bloody awful.
She needs a wake-up call to help keep her heading in the right direction. So Alpa's come to see dietitian Ursula Philpott, who wants to highlight some of the contents of her favourite cheese.
If you can think about what's actually in the cheese as well, it might just help you to think twice about putting too much on your bread. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really helpful.
So the top of the ingredients is actually skim milk. So that's sort of a fairly usual one. And then we've got butter as a second ingredient. Although it's not as high fat as something like hard cheese, there is still significant amounts of fat in it, and particularly saturated fat. And too much saturated fat in the long run has definitely been linked to increased levels of both cancers and heart disease.
Yeah.
And then we've got cheese. And then we've got 3 types of added ingredients which are called emulsifiers.
3 types of emulsifiers. I mean, why do they need so many emulsifiers?
It's emulsifiers that sort of sticks them together and gives them the nice, smooth textures and sort of that you're used to.
Right.
The actual salt content of dairy is quite high.
I had no idea this has this much salt in it.
It's more than your whole day's maximum intake in one tub.
Really?
So it's
and
a lot of salt.
Finish that whole tub in one day.
Yeah, and that's without the salt in your other food.
Yeah.
Ursula whips up a batch of processed cheese with the raw ingredients.
Oh my God, that's what I'm eating.
Yeah. If we put this on, would you actually eat it like that now, seeing what's in it?
No.
No.
No, definitely not.
Alpa's a vegetarian, so Ursula wants to help her find other healthy and tasty proteins that could stop her reaching for the cheese.
So I just wanted to spend some time thinking about other sorts of protein in your diet and perhaps other things that will still give you a sort of a creamy, rich taste, but perhaps without the fat and the salt content.
Okay.
With tofu, there's several different types. There's tofu that's harder and there's tofu that's softer. If you feel it, it's quite squidgy and creamy. It's not unlike cheese.
Oh, okay.
Your best things to add it to are sort of strong flavoured things like curries, things like stir-fry, something that's got quite a lot of flavour in there already. And the tofu is in there really for protein and for texture.
Okay.
Other things that we've got here are just other sort of vegetarian alternatives, really, for looking at things to put in sandwiches or add to things at lunch. Creme fraiche, particularly half-fat creme fraiche, a lot lower in fat, a lot lower in saturated fat, but is still going to give you a sort of rich, creamy flavour. Cottage cheese, a similar sort of product, really. It's sort of a halfway house between a milk and a cheese. It's worth trying, and especially adding it to things. The last one I've got here is falafels.
I thought it was meat.
No, it's vegetarian and it's made predominantly with chickpeas and spices. It's really convenient because you can just pop them under the grill to heat them up or pop them in the oven. Okay. Really low fat, a really good alternative to cheese.
Oh, right, OK, well, I didn't know that, so I'll try that.
OK.
Something new, because I've never had it, so that'll be something different
for you to try.
My taste buds.
Yeah.
Our 100 Calorie Club continues to pack in good old Joe Public. Seeing food in 100 calorie portions is an irresistible draw for the calorie conscious.
I'm quite shocked by the egg that it's 100 calories, because I thought they were a really low calorie food, something that you could eat endless amounts of, but clearly not.
The mayonnaise is really, really bad. It's tiny. It would only last a couple of chips, wouldn't it? It's not very much at all.
Like 100, that's 100 calories in that is ridiculous to say the least.
Thinking you know your calorie intake is a dangerous game, and it's so easy to get wrong, especially when it comes to the tea time treat.
OK, I think it's fair to say that we all like a bit of a tea time snack, and on the table we have a range of things that you may be tempted by.
Would you know the calories of these 5 tea time snacks? We want our lucky punter to rank them according to their calorific value. There's an apricot pastry from Cafe Nero, a nutty flapjack from Costa Coffee, a Krispy Kreme chocolate donut, Neil's Yard yoghurt-coated raisins, and a slice of Marks & Spencer's cappuccino cake.
In at number 5, as the highest calorie content food, what are you going for?
The apricot pastry.
OK, interesting. Up on number 5, what would you place on our number 4 level?
That would be the donut, I think.
OK. Number 3, what are we going for?
I'm going to go for the flapjack.
OK. So, in at number 2, we're now going in descending order. So, actually, one of the least calorific snacks between the cake and the yoghurt-coated raisins.
I'm going to go for the cake.
So then we're saying that obviously the least calorific snack are obviously the yoghurt-coated raisins.
Yes.
Can you place them on the number 1 shelf, please? OK, you've got a final opportunity to consult with your audience and move them round if need be.
Do you think I should switch those two?
I think the cappuccino's definitely higher calories than... Although the nutty flapjack's got loads of calories in it.
Going to go with the audience vote.
So you're moving that. So the nutty flapjack goes down, the cake goes up a level. Rachel, I mean, at the end of the day, the decision is yours.
I'm going to stick with it.
So, Rachel, you're sticking?
Yeah.
I can reveal that the lowest calorie food on there that tragically, Rachel, you put as the highest is, in fact, the apricot pastry.
A surprising start, as the much maligned pastry kicks off the countdown with 286 calories.
OK, so the second lightest, effectively, in calories is, in fact, the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh.
At 339 calories, it's surprising that this donut treat isn't the worst one here.
Good news for you, though?
Yeah, because that's my snack of choice, so be able to...
So you're going to eat them with abandon?
Yeah.
The snack that you put as the lowest calorie content, the Neil's Yard yoghurt-coated raisins, actually come in right at the middle at number 3.
It's the sugar in the yoghurt coating that whacks them up to 404.
Would anybody naturally go for something like that, thinking, oh, it's reasonably healthy?
You're encouraged to eat fruit, aren't you? And yet, maybe it's the sugar.
In at number 4 is the flapjack. Even though nuts are good for you, they are incredibly calorific.
A nutty flapjack, beware the butter in this nutty nibble at 414 calories.
Well, I'm terribly sorry to have to inform you that you put the cake kind of mid-range, when in fact that is the most calorific food that's on there. And one slice is a shocking 695 calories.
Wow. That's quite unbelievable, because I had that at 2. I thought that was really good to start with.
That's right, the snack with the highest calorific value is a simple slice of cappuccino cake at an incredible 695 calories.
That's a really full evening meal. That could be a curry, actually.
I thought donuts were the worst food of all time. I mean, I know they're not good still, but I thought they'd be far worse than...
And the flapjack and the raisin, yeah.
Good. Krispy Kreme sales are going to go through the roof.
You've been warned, dieters. It's not just cake, it's seriously calorific cake. This 1,200 calorie a day diet is a weight reduction plan designed to be followed for just 2 weeks. But along the way, we are also picking up healthier eating habits we can keep for life. And we're all learning how exercise can help us banish the bulge by burning extra calories. After her disappointment at not losing anything at the last weigh-in, Pam's really pounding the pavements. But it's her dog that's feeling the benefit.
I'm supposed to lose a dress size and he's losing a collar size. He's the one that's losing the weight and not me. To be quite honest, I'm feeling slightly deflated now. And I'm hoping I'm not going to have this deflated feeling tomorrow. I'm hoping it's going to go from deflated to elated.
But a good weigh-in can change everything. And after losing 8 pounds, Lizzie's daring to dream.
The last time I was in this wardrobe, it was really depressing actually, because I was so far off fitting into any of these clothes. So now I'm sort of like, oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it makes me feel like, it makes me feel sort of like this again, and this is, you know, within reach, really.
And this diet is shifting more than just weight. It's shifting Lizzie's entire perspective on food.
It's been a real education, and it's changed what I think about how much I put in my mouth, how much I put away into this poor body that's going, ooh, you know, swelling up from all the fat. It's, but it's something I'll keep with me, I think, forever.
Still to come, has addict Alpa put her cheesy past behind her? Plus, the drama of the weigh-in looms and one diva is wavering.
I don't want to get on the scales tomorrow. In fact, it's going to be very difficult for me, the way I actually feel about it, and I'm making a decision on whether I'm actually going to get on them or not.
8 weeks ago, Alba Joshi had a need for cheese. With the help of clinical psychologist Henk van Bilsen.
Oh my goodness me, do I eat that much?
And dietitian Ursula Philpott.
Would you actually eat it like that now, seeing what's in it?
No.
She's been gradually reducing her cheese consumption. And she's even learned there's a whole new raft of foods she can eat as an alternative.
I never thought I'd like it, but I actually do.
What's for dinner?
But is she finally fromage-free?
Well, I've still got cheese left over from my cheese eating days. This has actually gone out of date because I haven't touched it. And even the other one's running out of date because I'm finding other things to cook now, which I'm really enjoying. In the last month, the reduction has been absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I've not had any cheese whatsoever.
It's a brilliant success for Alpa, and she's already starting to notice the difference.
I've lost weight as well, just over half stone. I don't need cheese to make me feel good. I don't need cheese to make me feel that I've eaten something nice today, you know? It's not as heavenly as I thought it was before, and I think I've got a new life ahead now. Cheese-free life.
Day 11 of my Big Fat Diet Show Drop a Dress Size 2-week challenge. I'm back at the 100 Club with my dieting divas.
Right, girls, it's that wicked weigh-in day again. Yeah. Any news?
Not good.
Pamster? Because you were a disaster the other day.
And I'm a disaster today as well.
Pam's not the only one who's worried her calories have caught up with her.
No. I think I've put on.
Oh, Gail.
I do, honestly, I think I've put on.
And Josie has a confession to make.
You dark chocolate, you nearly had a nervous breakdown the other day when we took it away. How have you managed?
I haven't.
Have you fallen off the wagon?
Yeah, I have. The chocolate, I just can't do it.
But there's no hiding from the scales.
All right, girls. I'm going to go first. I genuinely am very nervous about this. I honestly don't think I've lost anything.
I've already dropped 3 pounds, but have I lost any more?
Oh, it's a pound off! 9 stone 8! That is a miracle!
Another pound off. That's 4 in total, and I'm inching ever closer to fitting into my gorgeous gown.
I feel really sick. I've got to go now, because I don't think I have.
Josie's been pretty consistent so far with an impressive £5 total loss.
No.
But has her naughty nibbling let her down?
See, I've put on 2 pounds.
That £2 gain takes Josie's total weight loss back to just £3.
So you've got a few days to get that back off again.
Yeah.
Super Slimmer Bev has seen her weight plummet by £9 already.
Oh, well.
And another pound takes her to £10 in total.
I don't think I've lost any. I really don't.
Gail's lost £6 so far, but has she managed to keep up the good work?
Oh, I've put on £1. I'm 9 stone 3. And I've been to the toilet.
Another diet diva heading in the wrong direction. That £1 gain takes her total loss to £5.
OK, so you've put on 2, you've put on 1.
So far, Debbie's lost £5.
I've lost £2.
Another £2, and Debbie's lost an impressive £7 in total.
Oh, I never thought that.
Oh, God. I feel very nervous.
After a bad start, Lizzie's lost a total of £6. Can she maintain the momentum?
Oh, I've lost
£1 in the right direction, and it's a £7 total loss. With a £3 loss so far, Pam's been struggling to stay motivated, and at the last weigh-in, she lost nothing.
I'm really not confident about this at all.
But she's being brave and getting on those scales.
I can't even look. Actually, I can't look. I really feel sick. Keep breathing.
What a boost for Pam. That £2 loss keeps her heading in the right direction and means she's lost £5 in total.
I've worked so hard. I can't tell. Oh, no, I'm all emotional.
Bless you.
I can't tell you how hard that was to drop that £2. I can't tell you. But that's metal. See, like, I'm silly as that.
No, that's it. It is an emotional thing.
I really worked hard to get rid of that.
See, that's 2 days.
Some of us have gained and some of us have lost, but overall we've achieved a staggering 2 stone 13 pounds in total weight loss in just 11 days. With our gorgeous gowns looming large in the background, it's the final push.
OK, girls, for the sake of 3 days, we want to get into those frocks really nicely and we're going to have the most amazing photo shoot. So, is it worth it?
Yes.
Come on, then.
Before embarking on this or any diet, seek medical advice from your GP first. For more information on the drop a dress size diet, including whether it could be suitable for you, go to channel4.com/food. Next time on my Big Fat Diet Show, I interview the man who took on the tobacco industry and now believes the food industry poses as great a public health threat.
Today, what's the most salient stimuli for millions of people? It's food.
We fix the priest who's guzzling up to 2 litres of cola every day.
The moment it touches my tongue, I feel my taste buds come alive and the liquid dances on my tongue.
My diet divas get a good old British favourite from Matt Dawson.
You lot make it every single weekend, do you not?
Yes.
A Sunday roast.
Yes.
I reckon I can do it for about £4.50.
No. And it's time for the final weigh-in, where we all have dropped that dress size in just 2 weeks.
God, I'm so nervous for the first time ever.
For a selection of recipes from the show, plus more about the 100 Club, go to channel4.com/food. Tonight at 10:10, a Body Shock special follows a teenager with a difference. The girl who cries blood. Next, though, Celebrity Big Brother. Or is it Countdown?